Hello and welcome to the Uncolored Podcast. Of course, it's your girl, Venita Akpofure. And as usual, I am going to be taking you on a fantastic trip around the world. No visa required, just load your data and press play.
Want to jackpot but stuck at the starting line? Meet VESTI. Get a US green card if you have a master's degree, access to loans and savings accounts, and enjoy full support for your school or work visa. We handle your banking and visa support fast and easy. Go with VESTI.
Today, we are going to be talking about the interesting and diverse dynamics of relationships and jackpot culture. So, have you had any relationships here that have graduated to becoming long distance? Are there any relationships outside that have affected your brand or who you are? With me on the show today, I have two amazing guests. The first next to me on my left is full of steez. He was my twin in my debut BBN show. He is, I'm going to say a contentpreneur. I'm inventing a new word at this point because I've never seen anyone do what he does in the industry. Even if your favorite adverts, billboards, if you're going past them, he's responsible. So I am very proud to introduce this next guest. His name is Elozonam. Lozo. And of course, steady repping for the sisterhood. We've got to have beauty with lots of brains. And it was very important, for me to bring somebody who knows what they're talking about. Yes. And apparently, she's never in the town for more than 2 market eke days. Ariyiike Dimples, baby. Welcome to the show. You're not around now.
Always around.
I love this. I love the fact that Elozonam actually has tea on you. So now you can't get away with doing any side. Elozonam, what about you? You also have family abroad.
Yeah.
Your family's here, yours is abroad. And for some of you may not realize this, but Lozo, sorry, I'm going to call you all kinds of nicknames. I'm trying not to be over familiar, but I love him. What can I say? He's actually a twin. And him and his brother are very close. Shout out to Smiling Hat. And he's in another country and has been for years.
Yeah.
And he got married, all kinds of things.
No, my younger brother got married.
Oh, your younger one got married?
Yeah.
Are they in the same place?
So my twin brother's in the Netherlands and my younger brother's in Canada.
Nah, wow. When I just
Yeah.
distress your mama.
I'm here. So
You're holding down the home
She can take what she
fort.
gets, which is me. So yeah.
But how does that affect, like when it comes to significant things, significant dates in the family, birthdays, marriages, births? How does that affect, the family relationship?
So in my own situation, when my younger brother was getting married, he came back, right? He did his white wedding here. When my twin brother was graduating from his animation school, I couldn't go. I applied for a visa, I tried to go, but you know how Schengen goes. I couldn't go. But those are like significant dates. There's a habit that we've built over time as brothers. All of us are creatives, right? So when we create, we like to share our work with each other and, we criticize it, okay, change this thing. But we always do that in person. We always used to do that in person. But that was taken away.
Right.
So before I think I'm like, I want to share this video with my brother, I have to render it, I have to send it by WhatsApp. What do you think? I'm not there to watch his expression, to be able to get his reactions and everything. So that was something that we had that because of this whole jackpot thing was taken away. And that's what I missed the most. Yeah.
Aww, we miss
For significant
you.
days to make it work, birthdays, we used to make birthday content together, but because of the whole we've had to improvise. We've had to find out different creative ways to create the content. And it would have been better if he was around, right? But, he's not around and there's technology and we can make do however. But the celebrations, I have to celebrate myself now. I have to party myself or do anything myself.
With one hat.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you put another hat next to you just to feel?
It's in my mind.
Okay.
It's in my mind. But
I'm sure he appreciates it.
Yeah. Because we've always celebrated our birthdays together. And but the whole jackpot thing has just kind of ruined all of that. Yeah.
But there must be some ways in which, this, like you said, the relocation has actually affected you guys positively. Maybe individually with work or maybe you have more intentional conversations now. No?
If I'm going to be honest with you, I feel like the positive effect that the Japa thing has had would be for their intents and purposes, right?
Okay.
Whatever it is they've gone to do, they're doing. But for the relationship itself, yeah, I dare say no. There's nothing. It doesn't draw you people closer. You do everything with intention. And I have, besides my twin brother and my younger brother, I have cousins as well.
Yes.
Besides all of that, you have to be intentional about staying in touch. But you're going to miss a lot. They're going to miss all the things that you need to be on. You will miss a lot. So there's no positive effect that Japa has. None whatsoever at all.
So as a unit, as a family, you've probably had to be more understanding, maybe allow space for more forgiveness as well.
What do you want to fight about? Because when you're in front of somebody, there's a higher tendency to fight about. My twin brother and I, because we're twins, we tend to fight or disagree a lot by virtue of the fact that we're twins, right? But after he left, what was there to fight about?
You guys just, all the good stuff is what you hold on to.
I'm not going to be in my house or in my room and he walks by and we just, hey, what's up, what's going on? You get? I have to be intentional about calling him. There are days and weeks I don't hear from him. So I'm annoyed, but I understand that people have to go and do what they need to do to survive and have a good life for themselves. But I am annoyed because the whole Japa thing kind of just... I'm used to have my brothers around. I'm used to them being around. I'm used to them being my support system. Just be there. I don't even have to talk to you. Just knowing that you're in the house.
Fine.
Do you get? You're there is enough. But now you're in another country. My brother is like 9 hours behind. When I'm asleep,
the time
you get the time different. Well. Like it's. I will not lie to you. Yeah, this whole Nigerian situation.
Currently, it's uncomfortable.
No, I'm sorry. Like I got hit the hard. I won't say I got hit the hardest, but as far as I know, I've had like between 2018 to 2024, the first person that actually left my life was my boss when I was working 9 to 5. We're guys, we're tight. He moved to Canada with his family, and after that, it's like he opened his floodgates, and everybody started leaving.
So you're tired of people?
I'm tired of people
bailing out.
Yes, and the inherent effect that I would have is that you are now too wary or apprehensive of making new friends because, who knows? You're going to up and leave tomorrow, right? So you can't even. So everything is on the surface level now. You're not making real friends because they'll up and leave you one day because Nigeria's not getting any better. We all know this. Everybody still wants a good life for themselves, and they will leave one day.
Ariyiike, I'm going to come to you on the flip because, we're speaking from a family dynamic and you're a hot babe. You're beautiful. You travel. I'm sure as you are going around, you have a bunch of admirers are like, excuse me, you cannot live my life. So your family this is the angle I have to ask you about. Your family is here, yes.
But I have family over there as well.
I know, but have you traveled and like maybe met somebody that you were like, man, on paper, physically, I wish we were just in the same location. Were you like
absolutely
frustrated? Your efforts were frustrated just by the distance. And how was that for you?
There is one particular situation that actually even comes to mind right now.
Hey.
Go on then. Go on.
Please allow Ariyiike to give us insight.
Situation. I'm someone who doesn't like regret anything, and I feel like everything works. I'm a God's baby, so yeah, I'm talking about God a lot. I'm someone who believes that all things work together for my good, but there's a limit to how you be single. Like, I'll be like, this brother, they go anywhere.
Yes, so
the relationship was so healthy. It was beautiful. Such a kind man. Good. Everything was It was a good boy. Too fine. Great. Everything. And I'm not even just saying physically. As a human being, the healthiest thing I've ever been in. But I just did not understand what happened. We just drifted apart. And I was like, what's going on?
Want to Japa but stuck at the starting line? Meet VESTI. Get a US green card if you have a master's degree, access to loans and savings accounts, and enjoy full support for your school or work visa. We handle your banking and visa support fast and easy. Go with VESTI.
So, being in America and spending some time Sometimes I can feel Elozonam.
I swear, I can feel it for you. I'm like,
I am paying attention.
hey, now wow.
Please,
Oh,
do
yeah,
continue.
please, continue.
It was spending some time there. I mean, I get to spend time with him as well. But then coming back to Lagos, the struggle. 9 hours, bruh. Because, he was in California. And like, when they have their time, whatever thing, they post 10 hours. And
Daylight
most of the
savings,
time, I was suffering for it because I was not getting enough sleep. And with what we do, you need your mind.
Need sleep.
Like, you need sound sleep, first of all, for your mind to work effectively.
Very true.
So there's one thing that they used to do in between. I'm not a Japa babe, so I don't know. But I know that later it will not become 10 hours.
Daylight savings. Yeah.
Bruh, I'm thinking, why? So it's 2 a.m. and he had this thing. He's a very structured person. So dinner time is TV time. When he's eating, he's not talking. So me, I'm up like 2 a.m., 2:30. You get home, you're like, oh, so I'm about to have dinner. I'm just there like,
Hey, at 2 a.m.
I still have to wait. And there's work at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. So I'm thinking, this doesn't make any sense because I'm getting to work. I'm cranky. I'm irritable because I'm not getting enough sleep. I'm not functioning properly. Is this how love matter is?
That's like this guy must have been fine.
And so it wasn't the physical part of
Packing,
it.
loaded, because that's sleep.
It was actually a very healthy person. Like, genuinely, we have the best conversations. The vibe was great. And I'm not saying vibes are initial. I'm saying genuine, honest conversations. We're both vulnerable. I love to see men vulnerable. So it was one person that was so comfortable being vulnerable with me. And I found that so beautiful. Like, it was just so different for me.
Have you had anything like that anywhere else?
Take a wild guess.
Anything? Do you have secrets you want to tell us?
Based on statistics.
Yes, based on statistics.
People should throw Elozonoam out of this show right now.
Oh, wait, so can we toast you for Elozonam?
We're not here.
This is not a
for
matchmaking show. This is it.
But you
But
people are
let's talk
complaining of distance now. He needs somebody there to show the video. You don't want to sleep late.
We're talking about my
Family. Yes. Relationship.
Go on.
Yes.
But they used to use relationship to start family, but never mind. We'll continue on. So, 2 a.m., you are cranky.
I'm honestly irritable, angry. And at some point, we had to switch it. And I said to him, look, you have to do this. I mean, I had the conversation from a place of sacrifice. Like, let's reverse the roles right now. Like, you two miss sleep. And then he did it for 3 days. I was like, I was so cranky at work. I'm like, oh God, you are just whining. All I hear is
you too, they whine.
Because that's what I've been dealing with months. And we were in America, it's great. When we're here, when I'm here, problem.
It's always like that.
Problem. And it gets worse when he now travels to another place. If you see my word clock on my site, oh my God.
Wow. So you have to track him with the apps.
So I have friends in different parts of the world. That's another problem.
Now,
so I'm tracking him. So if he says, so I'm going to, maybe for example, I'm going to DR and I'm going to this, I'm checking, okay, we need that time, this one time, that one. I will now load everything. So before I call, now is a thing. Even when I'm trying to call somebody in Lagos, I check my time before calling people. I don't know why. I'm just so used to it. And I've been in so many distance relationships. I feel like,
you had a lot?
I said it to Elozonam. I'm like, I think I'm the ambassador. I don't know why I keep attracting it, but I think now it's not part of my structure for some weird reason. It's what I look out for now. Because by the time I get to,
you missed.
Always do.
God.
By the time I get home, I just want to be on the phone for a couple of minutes and fall asleep. So I'm never really, in recent times, I've not really been in a
what about
relationship.
The good stuff?
What's the good stuff?
My sister, that one, then you have to be innovative. If you're not a creative person.
Hey, wait.
Don't do long distance.
You set phone and
yes, you do different dates. Like, you have to be creative about these things. Me and YouTube will sit down. Date ideas for long distance. This one, I will watch it. Or I'll set it up. I'm calling it, oh, babe, I think we should do this. And this is across all my relationships that have been distant. Anyway.
So they're tips. They're actual instructional tips.
But they suck.
Let me tell you. Another thing I learned. This
the lessons are plenty.
Another thing I learned was, normally I dated someone in Nigeria for 2.5 years till 2020. Mm-hmm. So
I thought we broke up in 2020. I was used to, you know how we would just get up, don't remove it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Whether you are not packaging or not, you're not saying you're packaging. My sister, look nice. Do you know what they are saying over there? You will not come. You carry shamaka on your head and be like,
as much as your
you
hits
have to be intentional.
Yeah,
so
she's right.
You know the way you dress up, you wake up in the morning and be like, I want to go and see my boyfriend today because I'm looking fine. You have to do that when it comes to long distance relationships as well.
Does anyone do that for their boyfriend?
Bruh, people do. Me, I know.
I will just, you know I'm fine now. That's why you're my boyfriend.
Venita, no. Even guys do it. We still
I
have to
would
look
rather
nice.
dress up to make content than to go on a date.
Venita, you need to change this perspective.
Please don't quote me on that. If future lover, boyfriend, not billionaire husband,
You know you like, so
friend.
let me put it this way. You know you like jollof rice, right?
Yes.
Right? Imagine if your jollof rice comes green.
Hmm.
It still tastes the same way.
No,
that. Thank you.
Exactly. That's what you think. And I had a friend that would wear boo-boo and they'd be like, oh, I'm going to my boyfriend. I'm going to my boyfriend's
That
house.
thing
I couldn't
irks my
relate
Why you
for
wear
a while.
I love it because you don't wear anything on that now.
I understand.
You bath the perfume everywhere.
But not be every day. I own now every Eke market days. Every 2
To be hiding all the goods. We want to
should
see
not
the
be-
goods. We eat with the eyes first.
See, the way I am like this, if to say I
Try.
did a relationship, I'll just be thinking, "Oh, I should video call you right now. You should see me. You get me?
Tata's hanging out.
Wow.
See, before
I'm
I even shoot
learning
content
tricks.
at home,
Mhm.
when I finish doing my makeup, first person I'll see it. Baby, how do I look? Da 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 da. It is there. Then there's a thing of presence on the phone.
Okay.
So you guys, it's not all the time that you're on the phone and you're speaking to each other that you guys will have things to talk about.
Yeah, you can just be
It's not all the
there.
time. You can just be there.
Just be there.
But I'm okay with that. So I literally, there was somebody I was, yeah.
Venita.
So
There
we
was
were-
a somebody.
Mhm.
And I don't know what it was about this particular person.
Mhm.
I'm quite happy for the person to be on the phone, though. We'll not be talking. I'll go to the toilet. Babe, I'm going to shower. All right, cool, that's fine. Which shower gel should I use today? Use this one. Okay, he'll just be there. I don't know. Maybe it's a maturity. Maybe because I'm prehistoric in this day.
Great story. Oh my God.
See, it's a thing. And I think the first thing I struggled with when I started, like when I got into a distance relationship, this was 2018. My first distance relationship was in 2018. When I got into that situation, it was a bit awkward for me because this was someone that was here. That jackpot until today. If to say that boy, no jackpot, for don't marry. I don't want to.
Our
right
husband,
now.
why did you do us
But
like
this jackpot culture, now me first express some. Me, I'm the one. Just hand like this. You know how somebody will just use ring to test you and then disappear. Then you have to
No,
go.
he didn't.
Elozonoam.
Oh
should we go
my
on?
gosh.
He did.
Who is the he?
He did.
I know the he.
No, you don't.
I don't even know the he answer.
He said,
But he
baby,
knows
let me
about
try
it.
your finger. And then,
So like, you know when someone gets engaged, proposes to you, whatever it is, and they're like, I'll see you in a jiffy, I'll meet your family when I'm back. I'm supposed to be gone for 2 weeks. And
On the back, no reach front.
I'm thinking, bro, 2 weeks, don't.
You
What's in
are
the car?
joking.
I'm hearing, I went for driving classes. I'm thinking, why are you doing driving
This is
classes? Now
exactly
2
my
weeks.
expression when I heard
Now
this.
2 weeks vacation. Now. Why are you
you said,
learning
see, they
driving?
think,
My sister, let me tell you the thing about me. I'm very innocent.
It
chai.
wasn't
I'm a very
apparent.
innocent because I like to take your word for it because I'm a woman of my word.
Mm-hmm.
So my word is my bond. So when people tell me things, I hold it. Most of my friends say, Ariyiike, you move past this. I'm like, no, it's not me.
Chai.
If you tell me this is yellow
Yes.
and now you see so let me see why this white is looking like yellow to you. The perspective is everything. What I see and it looks like 9 can look like 6 to you. So perspective, I'm always very open-minded. I've always been. I was like, bruh, waiting they'll call 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And then he goes, I came for like an exam, because I got like an offer. And then I finally got the offer. You're the first person I want to share the news with, but I can't share with you because, I don't know how you're going to feel.
You are an
See, now
evildoer.
this brother have not come back to this nation.
Evildoer. You are
Till
wicked.
now. So it's ridiculous. It's crazy. It is crazy. And all I can just say is that our government, please do us well. Do you keep complaining about 30 plus that are not married? You have taken all our brothers over there. So what are we supposed to be doing? I mean, and I low-key, as much as I've always said that I don't want a distance marriage, I low-key feel like
That might be what is.
yeah, because
I think above everything else, you should try and fight for that not to happen. Because I don't understand how people stay in long distance marriages without an eventual plan for convergence. I don't get it.
But our parents did this. Our parents did this. So, first generation migrants, Nigerian African migrants, they went over just to see how it's going to be. And usually maybe one parent arrives and the other parent didn't get there at the same time. So for me, I had a situation where my mom was on ground, her dad did her European papers. She was in the system. She was working, etc. And my dad didn't have the same privileges. So he decided to retain his businesses in Africa. And they were like that for as long as I could remember.
It's so bad. I feel like some men now use, I'm sorry, this
long distance relationship.
Don't you? I love you guys. I
to
grew up
cheat.
with 7 boys. Let me just say that.
Say with your full chest. Say with your full chest.
You say it. You think.
I just said it.
Hello,
They use it
this
to
one I
cheat.
experienced 100%.
Okay.
If someone was trying to talk to me, after all this, my long distance breakfast now. She said, oh, there's somebody still not in Lagos, in Abuja.
Oh, dear.
I said, God, why must I enter a aeroplane to go and be doing love? Why? Can I not just do mainland to island? I don't even mind. I'm not complaining. God, just help me. And they told me, oh, this guy, So I met the guy. I was, not bad. He came to Lagos. I was like, okay, cool, no problem. And then just said to me, the relationship was so fast-paced. I'm used to, American boys are not slow. They're very intentional, very calm.
There's a process.
Very mindful,
Yes.
very demure. You get me? But you see this, our brothers in this nation.
Hey, get it back. You are my girlfriend.
I wasn't used to that anymore.
You are my wife.
After 4 years of tasting overseas life, don't be mixed it. Abroad is Ghana, Togo. Overseas, you can't see a hair. London, US. Another tip there.
Hey, Ariyiike, now you.
So I was like, God, okay, let me try this thing. And this guy was just, let's do this, Like, okay, in 2 months, you have quickly asked me to be your girlfriend. I understand that you have clarity, which is one of the things I want, but this is really, really fast. And I said, because in 3 months, what are we doing? Let me just marry you, quickly do it, and then throw you in Canada, you go and give birth.
Throw you.
I'm sorry, what?
Throw
That's the
you.
way he said it. Yes. It shocked me. I said, brother, so it's strategy. And when he was talking to me, I don't realize that he had like a list. So it was like, when I was talking to my friend, because somebody had introduced us and it said that the person that introduced us had told the person that, I bought a house now. I have good cars now. I have my business on a certain level.
So he was ready to go.
The next thing is just married. So you're only married,
You are a piece in his
because
story.
I'm like,
Not because he thought you
and
are
it
so
was like,
amazing.
me and my guys, because they're like a clique of 6 or 7 guys. Like, all my guys, all their wives, they Canada, just they going, just they there. And I'm thinking, okay, I cannot be single to stupor for how many years?
You're not allowed to be single in your marriage.
Single in marriage.
You know, like, no, the difference is I'll buy you house. I'm like, you're still not making sense. And this is all that doesn't even like to have deep conversation. That's another problem. Distance relationship will make you talk. You guys will talk. But the problem is that they talk, only profit. You don't normally have profit.
At all.
Because you still go,
the problem for me is...
So have you ever had a successful
Long-term
long-term situation?
Yes.
Yes. Whether it's professional, whether it's romantic.
So I would speak on my romantic situation. And this was when I was in school. I dated a girl for a very long time.
How long?
A very long time.
No, your measuring ruler is different.
5.5 years.
Hey!
5.5 years.
So we're still in school. And 2.5 of the first 2.5 of the 5.5 was long distance. She was in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Woo!
And I was in Lagos, Ghana, because I was schooling in Ghana at the time.
Right.
So I was shuttled between Lagos and Ghana.
9 hours, 10 hours, I'm here.
Yes. So Exactly.
My sister, you got no map now.
8 hours Lagos
You have to go to
Lagos
Lagos.
to Malaysia. Then when I go to Ghana, it was 9 hours. So she was 9 hours ahead of me. And for the first, I would say 6 to 8 months, she was making all the sacrifices in terms of time because she had to stay up for us to talk. Because when she's done with class, I'm just waking up, right? And so she'd do her prep and then I'd be done with class when she's about to sleep. Or like 2 a.m. So she waits up to have actual conversations and she put in the work. But obviously, her schoolwork started to suffer and then she had to make certain choices that made our relationship suffer because while I was awake waiting for her to respond, response time was always like very, very, it was funny.
I have to be understanding.
All of you be
I was
understanding
young.
boyfriend and girlfriend.
I had to be understanding, but I was young.
So you were like,
we're always fighting. Why don't you have time for me? Why don't you have this? Why don't you don't text me again? That was like the bulk of our conversations until one day she just got tasked like, I cannot be the cause of your unhappiness. I'm breaking up with you. And because I also knew the type of strain that was in the relationship because of the distance, I just like, it's fine. We got back eventually when she moved back to Nigeria.
oh, she moved back.
Yeah, after she graduated, she moved back. And we picked up from where we left off. But I know for a fact that I don't ever want to do anything long distance again because of that experience. Especially, and it's worse when you guys have such a deep connection. Because you want to talk to this person. You also want to touch this person. And my love language is physical touch and quality time, right? So I want to touch you. I want to be around you. And so that longing, that yearning is painful. It's very, I don't want, and so once you just say, I stay in Abuja, peace. I don't care who you are. I don't care. Oh, you stay in Shangotedo, okay. Bye.
Shangotedo counts as long distance.
Look, I don't care.
I beg, please, my sister's in Shangotedo. He doesn't mean it.
Elozonoam is just spoiled.
He doesn't mean it. It's just gone through a lot.
See, let me just thank you.
It's gone through a lot.
I've been through a lot because I would spend like, okay, so when I was in school, our parents gave us $1,000 per semester as pocket money. And I'd spend.
Are you back? Elozonoam, come on.
That was the Ghanaian. That was the requirement.
This was which year?
This was a long time ago. This was 2004.
Yeah. Well, if you had $1,000 at that time.
2004.
I didn't have $1,000 in 2004.
Okay, so in any case, they were giving me that's like, I was like, wait, that's not the point. Focus. So the point is, half of that money I'd spend on airtime so that would keep the communication up. Yes. I was putting in the work. Half of that money would go on airtime. And if I didn't have, I'd go and borrow. And my friends were understanding because I already they knew about my girl, about this girl that Elozonoam was smitten about. So they would also chip in and help me keep the communication alive.
That's nice.
So yeah. So I know how much of a strain it put on me. If you're fighting, you can't sort out fights quickly because the distance is there. Yes. And then when you're fighting, if the energy is off, you're completely mentally, emotionally, physically, everything, you're destabilized.
Yeah.
You get so
anxiety.
There's a whole ripple effect and a whole different territory. Like there's a lot to deal with when you're in a long distance relationship. If I'm in front of you, we fight, we talk. Okay, we need a breather. We go outside. I know that I will see you at the end of the day, or somehow everything is just easier. But this long distance thing, you now have to now start doing all this makeshift enjoyment thing. Let's have phone sex. Fuck phone sex, please.
Please,
bleep that out.
Don't bleep phone sex. I want to know about it.
May I also do something before you go to that?
Hey.
When you talk about
baby, please set your phone well. Okay, take off a call.
Yes, because Elozonam set phone here.
That friendship thing is very important.
Yes.
I remember that the time I was talking to someone. I mean, the relationship we are going to a point where we're committed, but we are just not seeing each other. But because me, I was so used to like long distance, I'm like, eventually at so time I'm traveling, so I'm going to see this person. And I had someone in this Lagos actively in my face who was also not a bad guy. That constantly just felt like I was a joke because I was so committed to assets. That's what you call it, like full relationship.
Yes.
He says you shouldn't take it seriously. So the way that people qualify long distance relationship is so disrespectful. I'm not even going to lie because people just feel like it's just you can have girlfriend over there and just stay here, you to do your thing. Nah, that's not the kind of long distance we're saying. No, not that one that you are seeing brush again. And there you are.
But there are examples that work.
Ones. Like, and your friends, they play a vital role.
Elozonam had good friends.
Yes.
Look,
I don't know if you know this couple, the Tony Tone.
yes.
And Tony, your man is tough.
I want to say
Yeah.
something.
Tony, I love you too. But they made that, when I saw the story,
Yes.
where she posted where I tweeted that my husband, she was something I would be engaged by this time. I can't remember, but saying she's just met her husband. Yeah.
Just by seeing him the first time. And
Venita, look, let me say
so they were
something.
intentional in their
Yes,
relationship
but
too.
let me tell you something here. It's fine if you guys are going to date and have a long distance relationship and everything. That's all well and good. There's intention. You guys are building towards marriage and everything. The minute you guys you say, okay, you guys want to get married, yeah, and you are starting to plan your life, you must plan. And I would buttress this point. You must plan to be together in a physical space.
So is that just to avoid,
Because
temptation?
There has to be like a
whatever it is,
closing
because
at the end of the day.
Yes, because to avoid
Yes.
temptation.
Not just
avoid temptation, because one, you're getting married, you're going to live with it. You two are becoming one. Human beings are ever changing. You're going to change
Yes.
So you
for
have to be in
life.
the same
You have to
space
change
to learn each
together.
other.
You have to
grow.
constantly change. You have to change together to learn and grow. Because what will happen inherently is, if one is in America, one is in Nigeria, you guys
They're
are
growing apart.
they're going apart.
But
So by the time you guys now get in the same space,
It's very important. I've seen this
Yes,
happen with like
I agree.
married friends.
Want to japa but stuck at the starting line? Meet VESTI. Get a US green card if you have a master's degree, access to loans and savings accounts, and enjoy full support for your school or work visa. We handle your banking and visa support fast and easy. Go with VESTI.
I agree. But there are people that are very much together all the time and not growing.
I get that.
that's a different.
That one is
that's
a
a
different
different thing.
conversation.
Yes, I don't think
That's
that
a
one
different
is so
thing.
connected
It's a different thing. It's a different thing.
But I want to go back to this temptation thing. And
Mm-hmm.
especially around, for example, let's say you've had a disagreement with your 10-hour away person. Now, I don't know about you, but me, if I'm interested in you, I like to check your socials. Yeah, I will stalk your socials. I will zoom in. I will check the reflection. I will do. Did that never happen? So while you are dating these people or in correspondence, are you not also wondering about this person is a bit too happy in the back of the snap? I don't know. Like, how do you navigate?
There's also
how
that
do you
as
avoid
well.
temptation, moving around jealousy? Has that happened to you?
I can't relate to that. I'm saying that honestly because the people that I've been with in terms of long distance, we talk about everything. And that's why I said long distance will make you talk.
Right.
You guys will talk about everything. So most of those situations, I already know what's going on in their lives. And I've always just learned how to find security within myself. So you reject me. You don't want me. No problem. You are better outside. Go. I know what I bring to the table. So if you like, cheat. Me, and
I love it.
My perspective about relationship is you don't clean dirt with dirt.
Huh.
Only clean dirt with cleanliness.
That's
so I can't, if you come and tell me, oh, I know your boyfriend is cheating, okay, let him continue cheating. The God that I'm calling on, and he knows that I am one and like faithful to this person, would make this thing turn around. And I've seen it happen so many
In
times.
your favor,
You go
yes.
cast. I will know somewhere, somehow. And I don't always have to go out and look for. And they always demand, but
Try.
just come.
Just mind your
And when it
business.
comes, I am always also in a relationship because I'm very intentional with my relationships, romantic relationships, especially, and friendships. I know what I am doing in that place. I always ask God, what is my purpose being connected to this person?
I love that.
So I know what my role is per time. I know when I need to switch to like, okay, so if I'm your friend that takes you to church, I know when I need to switch to take the back seat and let you do the running. So in romantic relationships, I'm like, God,
You're
I want this
emotionally
person.
intelligent.
Yeah, I'm in love with this person. I want this person. I like this person. I love what we share. But ultimately, I am open to your will, not my will. So if it's supposed to be, let it be. If it's not, and as I said at the beginning, with a guy that was so healthy and everything, I'm like, we had no reason for anything to go wrong, but it still went wrong. Like we've gone our separate ways. He's in a very happy relationship right now and whatnot. Does it hurt sometimes? Yes, he is. He's very happy. Like he's very, very happy. Don't worry. Some people that are already, they know what I'm talking about. we know, right? My girl talk people, we know. Just know that God has something greater for me. And the way that I've defined that relationship was God brought him to me to see what is attainable. Because what is coming, he has said what you have is going to, 10,000 is what is coming.
Baby,
Like, it's going to be 100-fold better. So if this was so great and I'm like, oh, this was great, I know what God is bringing my way and I know it's going to be way better. So I'm just like, I'm resting.
That must have taken a lot of self-work, though, to be able to get to that
That's why I
stage
tell
where...
people, know yourself first before entering any type of relationship.
Yep.
Whether friendship, whether romantic
Very
relationship,
important.
self-awareness will give you a level of, I'm not taking this, I am taking this. It sets a standard for you. Some people will look at you and be like, oh, she's a difficult person. She says it. I know the people that I roll with. I know that I can make friends with. I know the people that I will never leave that acquaintance place in my life. I know. Except I hear otherwise because I pray about every relationship in my life, even to my security guy, even to my driver.
Wow.
That's how intentional I am with the people because I know that like the grace of influence is a mighty grace on its own.
Amen.
So I don't turn up to church. Yeah.
No, but it's real facts. So, Lozo, has there ever been, apart from romantic situation, I know you have explained, even with the family dynamics, that you have to be understanding. You feel it, you don't like it. So you've explained the dynamics and, just having to be understanding. And, like Ariyiike said, she's very intentional. You made a point about setting your... I set your ring like this. And
Tell us about it.
This thing is very interesting to me because funnily enough, and I can't believe I'm going to say it now, but I'm shy. I cannot I know you don't like how.
I'm shy too. I can't just open my nuts. I'm like, hey baby, what's going on? You want some of this? Nope. No.
And it's one of the major problems you would have in a long distance relationship.
I'm not likely to do that. Like, show my girlfriend, look, my bum's big this week.
Then I have that outside, like if you're like a public figure, because you know that relationship got hands.
Yes. Your news will be outside there. And they say what they say, hell hath no fury.
We're only checking. Yeah, they're only checking one thing in your side. But yeah, so how does that work? Like, do you psych yourself mentally to be in the mood? Especially if the person is okay, they're coming in. It's 2 a.m. your side, they're tired, or you have a phone.
This is why I don't subscribe to long distance relationships.
Well, you've done it a lot.
I did it and that time we didn't do all of that. We didn't do any of that. And the relationship was so open to external temptation. It really was. That's the thing. That's the problem with all of these things because I don't subscribe to patchwork. If I like anybody right now, and I've had conversations with people and they say, oh, they stay in this country, they stay in that country. I mean, I've seen you, I find you interesting, and we have conversations. The minute you tell me that you don't stay here, there's a switch that goes off in my brain. And the conversation it will reach its natural end, and I'm done. There's no, oh, I want to, let's make it work. Why?
So you're not going to be distributing any cookie via the waves?
No. Moved to Nigeria because of you.
That's a different conversation.
But
once you're out there, like once you are out, you're going to be out of my reach. I can't say, oh, I want to come see you. I feel like I miss you. I want to come see you. I enter my car, I drive. If I can't do that, then there's no place for you in my life. I'm sorry, but that's one thing I'm not going to compromise. I'm not going to compromise on that. There's so many people I've spoken to. They don't even know why
they tried.
I haven't even spoken to them again. That is one thing I will not compromise on because I have been through it. I have actually been through it for a very long time.
Physical touch, like you said, is one of your
my love language. Yes.
So how do you cope with, like, that part of the love language? Your man is somewhere else. He wants to touch you. You want to touch him. Elozonoam is just saying, we are not playing these games at all. I'm not doing it.
No.
How do you take care of?
We plan. That's the honest truth. We plan.
Do you dress up?
It's so anticlimactic though.
Do you dress up?
Do you know what?
Should sex always be spontaneous? And should it always be in where you are?
Not always. Sometimes you have to be intentional. Like, I like candles.
Okay, you're not giving me juice, so give me juice. I want to know, because I've never phone sex before.
That's the thing.
I tried and it was terrible.
It's always terrible.
I literally pressed the red button because he was like, move to the side. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this.
Can you set your bum bum well? Like, is this okay?
Are we about to?
Is this okay?
It's like, nigga, I know my angles. You are not gonna tell me to turn when I'm not ready. No,
like,
just press.
So for me, for a really long time, I was very uncomfortable. Like you said, opening up. It was one of the major things that I struggled with because with the person that ended with the one of 2018, it was one of the major things because we were talking and I was about to shower when he was in Nigeria. normally I shower in front of him. Like,
Yeah, you put your little camera.
no, camera when he was still in Nigeria, when we were still together in
Okay.
Nigeria, like we'd shower together and stuff. So now he's in the abroad, no, overseas.
Oversee,
And I
not abroad, oversee.
And I was like, I'm about to jump in the shower, I'll call you back. And it's like, hey, sit. I said,
Yes,
"You know what?
Set
Make-
camera,
set
ring
ring
light.
Let's ring lights, they bath. I don't understand. So that you not carry it. And I've always been very conscious of my brand. Even before I became anything, most of my secondary school mates will tell you, I did not used to engage in any raka. I used to,
Okay.
like, I don't want to kiss up my
You're very
so,
conscious.
Like, so I'm not that guy. This year, the one
This year, you're that guy.
I tried this year, and the plan was we're going to meet up. Hey, my trip go cast.
no cast our
We're
trip.
gonna meet up somewhere.
Eh.
And that was the plan. Because I didn't want a thing where we'd be doing phone sex. I didn't want to try it. I just already, I don't use like sex toys. I don't.
I believe you. You seem like that kind of person that does not use sex
I don't.
Shock to you and you're rude.
So
You're
the-
very rude. Stop it, no. No, it's not compliments.
Yeah, babe. I know how to catch it. I know how to catch it. No, but it's the truth. Because for me, I've had people around me struggle a lot with like masturbation, which is another conversation on its own. So I've just always been scared to ever even start. I mean, they told me to test it one time. I did. I was
Baby,
like,
not for
it's not
you.
my calling.
That is not your calling.
I'm a
Yourself,
physical touch person.
love to yourself.
I want that warmth. I can't know that I'm the one controlling
Well,
it.
baby,
I
you're
don't do
warm.
anything. No, they're no. I don't do like this. They waiting.
Wiki.
No, I don't like.
Oh, you mean like while you're engaged in the pools?
Yeah, I like the person holding. Like,
That's exactly.
how it's
That's
supposed to
the
be.
thing.
Because when I know that I'm the one controlling whatever it is, I will not. It's
It's anticlimactic.
you have-
for phone
actually-
sex to work for like long distance relationship and phone sex, whatever. You need toys. Which I was very uptight about. I'm not going to lie. It made one situation end because I'm like, okay, I'm not
Indeed.
buying.
You have changed. Please tell us you have changed.
I mean, I tried it earlier this year. It still didn't work for me, to be honest.
But you at least earned.
It takes
I
practice. It
tried.
takes
I mean, I
practice.
experienced it. So, hey, look, people should try it out. I mean, he had said to me that I just try it, be open-minded, try it out, and see that it doesn't work
Yes.
before you decide.
Exactly.
So I was like, okay, let's give that a shot. These shots,
I didn't enter.
because my brain could not just. Sex is mental for me,
Okay.
and I need that presence. That physical presence is there. Like I don't know how to explain it, but
It's exactly
I beg.
why long distance
I am
relationship.
someone, and also another thing is, I have stayed without sex for a long time in my life,
Yes.
so
I can
I'm
relate to
able
that.
to control myself.
Yes.
My brain, before it will reach there, they add. Because by the time I think about how much I sell clothes, I be one shoot I want to do, or
My
this thing,
dear.
everything is like already, there's pressure. I beg, no stress me. So I can't do without it. It's when I'm in a relationship, I always feel like, that boy, that's when I think about it because I like the person. And I always say, if I'm thinking sex with you, I really genuinely like you.
Okay.
So that's where it is. And right now, about celibate because Jesus have taken
I was
control.
just even going to ask. So, what's the current situation? Are we single? Are we long distancing right now?
Am I single?
Are we in another little long
For you
distance
to ask yourself
situation?
that question,
Depending on when
you're
they
not.
release this.
Hey, what happened? No, so
Okay, right now, physically, right now, I'm officially single.
Okay.
Ebo, me with TVT, but with care.
With
Please.
care.
Please.
Yes.
Calm down. Don't bring Lagos pressure.
No, so are you
Same
single?
thing.
You're
So
single.
are you
and,
really single?
and he does not. If you
I don't
know,
engage in long. If you,
you
know
are
you're
5 miles out of Elozonam's radius
Bam.
of where he resides or works. Just
If you have an
forget
opinion about
it.
media girls, don't come near me. I forbeg you
Hey.
to come. Because you know your type. You want somebody that will sit down in the house and be cooking. Me, and your mom did not take that. So please, stay. The men that want women that are working and also
You know.
want to live soft life simultaneously. Yeah, because the way I work is the way that I take care of myself. So yeah, come through. But if you want 9 to 5 wife in the house, don't come. I beg you. For things.
So you were saying something about how do we like
How do you have the mind to do it?
not even that like how are you okay with distance in any kind of relationship? How do you make do with it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give you an example. There's somebody that left this year. She left to Canada, a friend of mine. And platonic.
The two of you are
Very platonic.
Why do you
So
have to explain?
because you perk it up.
I didn't
Anyways,
say-
so the dynamics of our friendship, she used to stay in Warri for a long time. We're friends, we're cool. She came to Lagos and we started hanging out. Right? We all started hanging out, right? And then she says one day, oh, I'm moving to Canada. I'm like, you just got to Lagos.
Hmm.
And I told her, look, I'm happy for you. I get it, but I'm upset. Right?
Yeah.
These are two different things. They're two different things. So every time she's like, oh, don't worry, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I'm like, okay, it's fine. She had a dinner, a sent forth dinner, and I went for the dinner. We had a great time. And I told her, I'm upset with you. I'm still upset, right? But I understand that you have to do this for yourself, right?
Right.
So that's where the line is. So anytime she calls or she says, oh, hey, what's up, Alpha? I'm like, you that left me.
How
So
long
you're
how long will you drag the you that left me?
I've been doing it for months. Oh, you that left me. They will not enter the conversation. You that left me, they will enter the conversation. Like, hey, no, you don't call me. I don't call people that leave me. Oh.
Hey.
But I'd say it somehow as a joke.
But you
But
also
deep down, I'm serious. And then it also kind of affects the attention, the level of attention I give that relationship because I'm not there anymore. You send me memes, I open them, I don't even see the memes, I just skip past. If you actually try to have a conversation with me, then I'd respond.
engage you.
Her birthday was 2 days ago. Oh, it's your birthday? Happy birthday. I would tune out. And I think that is like a defense, not a defense, a protective mechanism for me.
Self-preservation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
Not to
would not
get
defend
too attached to people
self-preservation, yes.
who I know that there's a very high chance I may
They're going
never
to-
see you physically in my life again.
And I think that's the reality that a lot of people never talk about.
They
Like,
never talk about, in fact, they never take these
you
things
know
into
what's funny?
cognizance
for a
at
long
all.
time, I did not travel.
Yeah.
Like, I'm one of those people that in 2019, I just
Started.
first of all went to go apply for passport to start with. So a lot of time when people say they're leaving, there was this, and I talked about it in my session as well, like the abandonment, the feeling of abandonment. If you
It's
don't
a
have childhood
resentment.
trauma,
It's a resentment.
like,
Yeah.
I can't
people
resent
leaving
you.
and moving away from you. So you're happy for them.
Yeah,
but at
because
the same time,
exactly.
you're also not happy because you're like,
Yes,
you're leaving.
but you can't. You can't fully resent them because at the end of the day, they have to do what they have to do
It's
to
their
better their
too.
life. Yes.
Exactly.
So you have to marry some understanding with some of your vex.
So you have to be very
Somehow.
But these are honest feelings. So what I'm saying is sometimes we get feelings that are not nice. We understand we should not feel that way.
Yes.
All the logic can make sense. But if I'm angry with you for changing a little bit of the dynamic of my world through your selfish decision, that is a little bit, they've called me bitter quite a lot of times. I had to separate the two, like which one is resentment and which one is bitterness.
But
I
a lot of
mean,
these people don't understand because they're not the ones getting abandoned. You're the ones
But guess
you're the
what,
one moving out.
Elozonoam, as much as we have this to say, they are also going through it. I told
They
you
are going
about-
through a different
like,
struggle. It's a
no,
different struggle,
we're-
not abandonment.
That is different. Does not
Yeah.
make it less
See,
significant.
that's what I'm saying because there is a brand new space.
baby.
They're having to make new friends. They're learning new cultures. They're learning new things. I can remember.
Yeah, they're ready for that.
See, no,
They are the ones that did not get ready for
Elozonoam,
the
I'm very
departure.
angry. I'm
No,
trying
for real. For legit.
You know
Because
what?
I
Let me
cried.
tell
Look, let me tell you, when my brothers were leaving, I cried. I don't cry. I legit cried. And I understood that they had to leave. My twin brother hates Nigeria. He loves this country.
Cannot stand it.
And do you know what's funny? Nigeria worked for him. He did well in Nigeria, but he hated this country. He left. My younger brother also left because his wife is in the US, so he left. I understood why they had to go.
So both your brothers are married now?
No. My twin brothers are
Sorry,
married.
okay. He's engaged?
No, not yet.
So he has a babe?
Yes.
Okay.
I understood why they had to go, but it didn't
They asked this question.
it didn't make it
Oh.
it didn't make it any better because I was getting abandoned. I was getting left down here.
Well, you
It didn't
also-
make it any better.
Elo.
And I carry
I
now
understand
that we're
I
here,
understand
there's
that. You have to get out of that too.
I'm trying.
Listen.
I am
let me tell you.
trying. I am so
Time.
and I'm so
Yeah,
angry at
it's okay.
everybody has left me. I understand though.
Mhm.
I get it. I'm so angry at everybody has left me. I'm so angry at the situation in Nigeria that made them leave me.
Yes. You should
Because
be more
how?
angry at the situation
How
than them.
will I, at this point in my life, at this age, where it's so difficult for me to make
Make
friends,
friends.
how will I start making new friends? Okay, if I make new friends, how will I get
How
myself
will
to
trust them?
open up
Yeah.
Completely.
and trust you that you will not one day up and
And
leave
leave.
my life? Because this life is hard. You shouldn't do it alone. You should have groups
And
of
she can
friends
understand the
that you
Lord to
can
make
trust.
the
So how can I do that? So I'm carrying this anger about me that I don't know how to let go of. because
Yeah.
I feel so abandoned since
Baby
2018
money,
to now.
therapy, baby. Let me do therapy.
Yeah. No, but therapy does help. But,
It
you
does.
know,
I'm not going
feelings
to
of
lie.
abandonment, you know, with
Especially if you've dealt with
They're-
that from like
they're
childhood.
really-
So if you have childhood
Mhm.
trauma from like that, every time people leave you, it just makes you feel very empty and whatnot. What I get, see, another thing is you can switch it, you can reverse it. So when you use
You
the word,
have to.
when you use the word loneliness, it sounds like depression, sadness, but when you say, you know, I'm enjoying my
Your alone
solitude,
time.
my
I'm
solitude.
soaking in
It's-
my
There's something it does to
energy.
your mind. There's like
But she-
strength and courage it gives to you. You get to spend more time with yourself.
I already do that by myself already.
Wait.
I understand.
So Ariyiike, see this thing that you just
You
said
also
here.
have to make
Ariyiike,
those
there's nothing that you
friendships
can
work.
say
This thing that you just
right
said.
now.
You have to
No,
make
but
those
this thing that you
friendships
just said.
work. I
Let
have
me.
a friendship
I
of
need-
over 20 years.
I
My
need to
closest
counter-
friend
But I'm
is in
telling you-
California, and we make it work.
There's nothing that you can say
right now. Because right now, everything that you are
when
saying
it
seems
comes
like
to
patchwork.
abandonment and when it comes to
It seems like
rejection,
patchwork.
because abandonment is in line with rejection.
Yes.
You chose that life. You rejected this life where I am in it. So for me, where I had this kind of issue, where I had this kind of anger or bitterness. Wow, are we doing this?
Yeah.
My dad.
I'm so sorry.
So my mom, I grew up in the UK
Mhm.
for the first half of my life. Second half here.
Mhm.
But my dad was never around. I never and have never forgiven him for being absent and not being daddy that I wanted to be at that time. And I was
Yeah.
angry. I
It's
think
hard.
even now I still struggle with it. So with the thing with abandonment,
Yeah.
you'll understand.
You
I
understand.
do.
You'll
I
even
honestly do.
forgive.
I think
And then you will see something,
that triggers it.
maybe like the shirts that I wore the day we went to
Mhm.
some crazy festival,
Mhm.
or I've gone to Snap, yeah, very wicked.
Snap is
Snap used to
terrible.
show up memories
I think
on
pisses me
this
off.
day. You are
That
with
thing
this
pisses me
person,
off.
you know, and then I'm triggered again.
True.
Find
Do
a
the
way
work on
to
the
start
inside.
mentally practicing to unlearn that behavior. You just end up being like, pew,
Bitter
pew,
person
pew.
to everybody.
And then everyone's like, oh, you're angry, you're
you're
bitter.
bitter, you're this,
And
you're
that's-
not
You
happy
have
for
to
their
keep pushing.
growth, you're not
What
this.
you guys are trying to get me to do is, you know,
Elozonam.
sorry, I'm so sorry.
I'm not getting
When you
you to do
see,
anything
okay,
or
what you guys are
relating.
suggesting, like, you know how you have a road, right?
Mhm.
The road has a bunch of potholes in it.
Yes.
The government steps in and fills those potholes as opposed to fixing the road.
The whole road.
That is what you work.
But
That's
are
what you're
you
getting
aware
to.
that the only
No,
person
we're
that
not
can
trying
fix
to
the road
catch you.
is you? I'm not trying to
Exactly.
come
I'm
to you.
just, it's just,
Elozonam, listen,
ah,
breathe, baby.
it's
breathe.
a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a
I know.
lot.
Abandonment
It would have been better if it was just,
triggers.
it would have been better if it was just friends, right? But like, I have my brothers.
Yeah,
And my
that's
cousins.
it.
One
twin
day,
brother.
one day, my
I
cousin
don't feel that way.
woke up and said, "Oh, bro, I actually heard from somebody else that my cousin was leaving the country." And I go, like, "Bro, why didn't you tell me you're leaving? I see you all the time. Why didn't you tell me you're leaving the country? Why didn't you tell me that he was supposed to be going to the UK to go to school? But I see my cousin every time he stays with my dad. And then one day I hear from somebody else that he's leaving. I'm just like, bro, what the hell? So all of these things, like as it is, right? Just they kept on happening year after year after year. That it's really hard for me to say, okay, you know what, bro? Okay, I really fully understand. I get you have to do what you have to do, but bro, I mean,
It's not a.
It's okay, Elozonam, to
It's a
say,
lot.
oh, you're evil and selfish and get out.
so now, in this my old age, I have to find a way to now come and
That's
start
wicked
making
of you. Why will you move? Don't you think
Making
about my
new friends.
feelings?
You need
Say
to,
it.
You need to first. I understand how you feel, and this is very important to validate how you feel.
Yes.
It is valid. You love them so much, and that's why you feel this way. You love their presence. You want them in your life. You want to celebrate their wins with them. You want to be right next to them when they're down and everything. I do get it. But the truth of the matter is, Elo, if you were in that situation and you needed to choose what was right, you would do that.
Definitely, that's what I
That's what I'm
understand.
saying.
Yeah,
Yes.
so it's just the uncomfortable position of
And the
having to
frequency,
balance.
and the
Like,
frequency
yes.
of it happening in my
still said
life.
it. I miss my brother a lot. Like
I will not
I
move
have a
this
niece
year.
right now that I've never met. I have a niece right now that I've never met. I've never I look at her and I'm like, I want to carry her. I want to hold her, but I can't. I miss him.
Aw.
But what do we do?
Yeah.
I'm just looking forward to the time where we reconnect and we have to make it work. My brother, when he was in Lagos, was not someone that I would call all the time. But these days, I find myself every 2 days or 3 days calling video call, trying to just, even if he doesn't say anything to me, even if we don't gist, let's just be looking at me, let's be looking at you. It's sometimes, at first it started awkward because when I video call my brother, I don't understand.
But you built.
But now, so it's a time where you realize that the relationship has gone from this level. Perspective is everything. And I always say that. You instead of looking at it from a point of, they're leaving me. I joke about it and I'm like, you're leaving me and everything. But I also know that they have to do what works for them, because at the end of the day, I've seen people pass. And guy, no matter how much you miss them, life goes on. My father was my favorite person in this life. I thought as he died like this, I go, jump inside this to follow him. But guess what? I'm doing life. And it doesn't mean that I don't miss him. Well. I don't carry him. Do you understand? But life continues. Life is yours. Your life is your life. Their life is their life. They have to do what works for them.
Yeah.
You have to understand that and just look at it and evolve with them.
That's where it hurts, because you have to understand. Anyways.
Okay, well, guys, we've gotten very serious. We've gotten deep. We've gotten emotional. Now I need you guys to come back out to the light and bright side. Okay. We're going to do some fun, rapid activities. And the first one we're going to do, it's one that's well practiced, 2 truths and a lie. Okay. So, Ariyiike, first of all, your insight has been amazing. I just want to thank you for your time and being here. Thank you. But now I'm going to need you to tell me
2 truths and a lie.
2 truths that you haven't already told us and a lie, please. And me and, is Elozonam allowed to? No, that's cheating. I have to guess. Which is the lie?
2 truths. Which one comes to mind by you? I don't want to say things there because what's coming to my head is I'm dark skinned.
2 truths and a lie. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
I plan to relocate.
Okay.
Why are you laughing?
Because you just went straight for his jugular after he told you how much it's affected him. Go on.
I plan to relocate. 1.
Come on, Harry. Come on, Harry.
I'm thinking about it. I plan to relocate. I am the only girl in my family. And I just want to say it.
Say it.
And this is hard though. I didn't think it was so I plan to relocate. What's the second?
You're the only girl
I'm the only girl in my family. And my name is Ariyiike.
Hey. Okay. You cheating. So
I can't say anything. Okay.
I mean, you can.
I don't know the answers completely. I know one answer.
She's not relocating.
Yeah.
Well, I do. You're not relocating. No, that's the lie.
What do you say?
You're the only girl. I know you're the only girl.
Okay.
Ariyiike. I think your name is Ariyiike. So the lie is you're relocating.
Okay. Yeah.
Correct. So you're close by. I mean, can touch and feel.
Yes, please.
Yes. Okay, Lozo, your turn. 2 truths and a lie.
2 truths and a lie.
Should I be thinking when I was thinking?
I actually was. Okay, 2 truths and a lie. I have been to 10 countries. I had my first kiss when I was 14. And I
You're pregnant. I don't know.
I have very bad teeth.
You've been to 10 countries.
Yeah, your teeth, you're anal about your teeth. So, no. Can I remember you actually taught me the right way to brush at some point?
So,
I said we brushed before, but Elozonam has technique, so it's not your teeth.
No.
You've not been to 10 countries is the lie, I'm guessing. What about you?
You've not been to 10 countries.
Oh, wow.
You said no, wow.
Jesus Christ. Oh, wow.
Do you know how I know?
Yeah.
Is that the correct answer?
So you say, what's the lie is I've been to 10 countries?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying the lie is.
Okay, that's a lie.
Okay.
Let me tell you, the lie is the first thing that comes out. That's how I know.
Ah.
I think that's what
I
happens.
thought truth will come out because it's easier.
No, because you don't want to say truth that is obvious. Something they
Okay.
can
I
easily
played this
get.
game before and the line never comes out first. This is
Ah.
just a
yeah,
random
I've
event.
seen it. The lie
Well, I
comes
want
out
to
first.
lie now. We're going to continue on this topic for another 2 hours. It's a lie. Guys, I just want to tell you, thank you very much for watching this episode. Do you also have your own comments on relationships and distance? If you have found that you relate to anything in these episodes, feel free to comment below. If you agree, if you disagree, what your own personal experience is, feel free to comment, like, and share. I also have goodie bags here for my amazing guests.
I like goodie bags.
With this bag, I want to assure you that I will never leave you.
Aw.
You better not.
I will never leave you. We are not relocating. And this is for you as well. Thank you, Vesti.
Thank you, bestie.
Yes, thank you very much. So guys, feel free to subscribe, like, comment below, let us know your thoughts, give us your opinions. And if you have any more ideas for any amazing topics that we can cover here, feel free to write down below. Love you guys. Signing out is Venita Akpofure of Cars for the Uncolored Podcast.